When we first started travelling, we used mobile data and a satellite phone for our communication needs. The mobile data was enhanced with a MIMO antenna and a mast, which was really tedious to set up and wasn't that reliable anyway, and our Netgear Nighthawk modem was even less reliable. Now we travel with Starlink, and we've been using it for 6 months. Here's our solution. So inside the box?
Yeah, so this is our transport box for the Starlink issue, which is a rectangle on there. And we basically used the packaging that the Starlink got delivered in as a way of keeping it all together. And so we just leave the modem set up in here with all the 27-foot cable that they do. And we've introduced a 300-watt inverter to power the dish and the modem.
Pure sine wave inverter.
Yeah, a little pure sine wave inverter here. It doesn't draw much power. So when everything gets packed up, the dish goes here, and the top goes on. It comes with the packaging as well, so it sits on top of that. And yeah, the lead goes in there as well. So
and on the side, on the other side there,
yep,
Peter's put an Anderson plug input to go to the inverter, yeah, and that goes to the caravan. We've got 2 outputs at the caravan, and on the other side there, we've got a vent to let air flow through. Now we haven't had it in 40-degree heat yet, but we've had it in 30 degrees and we haven't had any problems with it stopping.
No problems yet so far.
And then through the lid of the box, you'll see there's screws, 4 screws. Yep. We do have foam top and bottom. The screws go through little rubber stops.
Thumb screws.
And we put thumb screws on them.
Thumb nuts.
Thumb
nuts.
So we can mount that on top of it, and Stinky on top like that. And then once we're on a campsite, we can either just move the box around campsite. If we need to secure it, we'll use a security cable through the handles. Or today we're going to put it up on the roof of the van, which we've done quite often. And Peter will use a grunt strap or king's strap to secure through the handle to a mounting point on the roof of the caravan. Overall, it works really well for us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It means we can store everything in the box, and the box goes in the tunnel boot when we're transporting it. And we can just mount it. Oops. We can mount it up on the roof quite easily. So this is our Starlink setup on the top of the caravan. So it's already found a satellite. It's pointing pretty well straight up. You can scan the sky from here using this app to find out where there's any obstructions. That's our Sat King facing west. And we've got the Anderson plug there for the power for the inverter. And there's a little vent. And I've also just, as a precaution, I've secured a little strap there to make sure it doesn't blow away. But it's got a bit of reasonable weight. It's never really shifted on top of the roof, so all's good. And if you're wondering how we get the Starlink up, we could just use this ladder. It's a little bit hefty to carry up, but it's only because it's bulky, but yeah, it's pretty easy for me anyway. Sometimes we have it up there, sometimes we have it just above the door. There's a clear spot above the door, and other times we might even have it on top of the toolbox. Front toolbox here, so just on here when it's down. And also we can put the mast in here.
Oh yeah, yep.
We can put the mast in there, and we're going to film that video until we attach Stinky to the top of the mast.
Yep, and that'll give us some 5.7 metres.
5.4 metres.
5.4 metres.
We haven't had to do that yet though.
No.
Well, the caravan's 3 metres tall.
Yep.
So the caravan's 3 metres tall, so we've had plenty of clearance wherever we've been camping so far in SA. We've found this the best solution for our needs. We wanted the modem and the dish to be very transferable to the car for when we go remote. Recently we visited Ruby Gap, and we were able to take the box with the modem and the dish with us and use our iPhones as a VoIP connection in case of emergency. This has enabled us to ditch our satellite phone, which we were paying for before. We also have found that it's really convenient to be able to move the box around depending on what the site is that we've got for camping to get the best coverage for the dish without obstructions.
Having a fixed dish means that you have to be very selective on your sites. This way we don't have to be quite as selective and we've got much more flexibility. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like our page.